Namaskar, my name is Gajendra Das Sharma and you are watching English. And in this video, we are going to explain one of the poems of the sonnet sequence Astrophel and Stella. सबसे पहले इस टाइटल के बारे में बात करते हैं. Actually, Astrophel and Stella refers to a sonnet sequence. Actually, Elizabethan age is also known as the nest of singing birds, which means that in that particular age, there were many sonneteers, there were many lyricists who composed various lyrics songs, be it Michael Drayton, be it Shakespeare, be it Edmund Spence, or be it Thomas Wyatt. So they profusely wrote many sonnets. Or because of this quality of this age, C.S. Lewis called this particular phase, this particular age as the golden age of 16th century, particularly for songs and sonnets. This collection is primarily an anthology of 108 sonnets and 11 songs that came about in the year 1576. यही टाइम था जब फिलिप सिडनी started courting Penelope Devereux. Penelope Devereux was his beloved and he was engaged to her, and for her he started writing those songs and sonnets. हालांकि ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं, Penelope Devereux की शादी किसी और से हो गई. So after this setback, he was very emotional and then he composed this sonnet also. टाइटल की अगर बात करते हो तो Astrophel refers to star lover and Stella refers to star. So these sonnets are a plea or a dedication or expressions of love and affections of a star lover for his star. The speaker is Astrophel and the beloved is star. So this particular, the present sonnet which is not titled separately, जितने भी sonnet sequence थे उनकी एक quality ये होती थी कि they were not separately titled. Similar thing we can find in the sonnets of Shakespeare. उनके सारे सॉनेट्स क्या हैं, वो टाइटल्ड, उनकी या तो फर्स्ट लाइन ही टाइटल होती है या फिर जो नंबरिंग की जाती है. सिमिलरली द सॉनेट्स ऑफ दिस सीक्वेंस, दिस एंथोलॉजी वर ईदर टर्म्ड, द फर्स्ट लाइन ऑफ द सॉनेट वाज द टाइटल इटसेल्फ और दे वर नंबर्ड. दिस वाज द यूजुअल ट्रेडिशन. अगर फॉर्म की बात करते हो तो ये सॉनेट किस ट्रेडिशन में लिखा हुआ है? पेट्रार्कन सॉनेट. Petrarchan sonnet, as you know, that it is divided into two parts, first 8 lines of octave and the second 6 line of sestet. There is a volta after 8 line, the turn of thought. What he expresses, he starts expressing and then what he takes turn in his thoughts or in his emotions. As far as the particular title of the sonnet is concerned, there is no particular title. In fact, the first line of the sonnet is the title. My mouth doth water and my breast doth swell. Moreover, this sonnet sequence or these sonnets particularly in Elizabethan age were written in Petrarchan sonnet style and conventions. What is that tradition or convention? The speaker is lovelorn and then he laments the indifference of his beloved. The beloved seems to have rejected him or seems to have left him, और शायद वो जो engagement हो सकती थी, वो जो एक reunion हो सकती थी, that does not happen. So the speaker or the lover laments of that loss in these sonnets. Love is the primary theme in these sonnets, particularly the sonnets of 16th century. If we talk about the form of the sonnet, so it follows Petrarchan form as I've said before. So first 8 lines consisting of 2 stanzas are octave, and then next 6 lines are, we can easily define the rhyme scheme also, A, B, B, A. Swell, be, me, tell. Swell rhymes with tell, be rhymes with me. Then dwell. Dwell rhymes with swell and tell. A, B, B, A. So again A, B, B, A. The rhyming scheme of sestet usually differs from poet to poet. कुछ poets किसी तरीके से करते हैं, कुछ poets किसी भी तरीके से करते हैं. Octave की rhyming scheme usually यही रहती है. The rhyming scheme of sestet may differ as in the case of this poem also. Renown, so it differs from the previous one. So C and then heart, D. C, D, renown rhymes with crown. C, D, C, heart rhymes with part. So C, D, C, D, and bliss and is. So E and E. This is the rhyming scheme of this sonnet. So this question can also be there in the examination as to what is the rhyming scheme of the sonnet, my mouth doth water. If we talk about the theme of the poem, so as I have said before that it is written in the convention of Petrarchan sonnet. The lover is sad because something related to his love life has happened in his life. That is, in most of the cases, the beloved has either left him or is engaged to someone else, and then he is lovelorn, he feels lonely, he misses the lady and he misses the golden time they had ever had. So all such kind of stuff is there in all these poems. Present poem में क्या है, जब इसकी जो beloved थी उसकी शादी किसी और से हो गई, लॉर्ड रिच उनसे हो गई, so he feels lovelorn, he feels lonely, and this incident is very complex in his life. He does not understand it, he is not able to understand how come it could happen in his life. He was engaged to that lady and how come the other person came from nowhere and then the lady was engaged to him and married to him, leaving him behind. ये एक रिडल की तरह है, ये एक पजल की तरह है, कि ये उस तरह का क्वेश्चन है जिसको ये खुद समझ ही नहीं पाया. अब जब समझ नहीं पाया तो उसने फिर ये इसको एक पोम की फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस करने की कोशिश की है. स्टार्ट करते हैं. माई माउथ डथ वाटर एंड माई ब्रेस्ट डथ स्वेल, माई टंग डथ इच, my thoughts in labor be. Listen then, lordings, with good ear to me, for of my life I must a riddle tell. So he is urging the lordings. Lordings refers to some lords, some people, the people he knows, the people he wants to tell his story to. So he urges them to pay attention to what he is going to express. He is going to retell an incident of his life that has changed the course of his entire life. उस एक इंसिडेंट के बाद से इसकी पूरी लाइफ चेंज हो गई, उसके लिए यहाँ पे एक एक्सप्रेशन है. अब वो कह रहा है कि ये बताने से पहले माई माउथ डथ वाटर, माउथ डथ वाटर सिम्बलाइजेज द पैशन और द इमोशंस और द डिज़ायर टू एक्सप्रेस समथिंग. मुंह में पानी आना, जैसे माउथ डथ वाटर मतलब मुंह में पानी आना, मतलब क्या है कि यू आर eager to have something, to tell something, to express something, to take something. So he is very eager to retell, to tell, to express his agony of his heart. ये मतलब he is very eager to express himself. So my mouth doth water refers to the expression, eager expression, या eager desire of expression, desire of expression. He wants to express himself very eagerly. And my breast doth swell. Doth, actually these are archaic words. Wherever you can find the, doth, dost, thou, thy, these are archaic words. So doth refers to the singular. It means breast swells, so swells. Doth water, waters. My mouth waters and my heart swells, swells with pride. Swells refers to something that you feel puffed when you have something to tell to the people and then you feel proud of that thing. So he is also very much passionate to tell his story. ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे कि he is feeling proud of what he had and dejected after that the thing was lost in his life. पहले जो था, he felt fortunate to have Penelope Devereux in his life, and when the lady was not engaged to him, she could not become his, he felt dejected. But the story nevertheless is a distinct one. The story that he wants to tell, he feels proud of telling. My tongue doth itch also refers to the eagerness of expressing something. ये एक proverbial expressions ये होते हैं कि हाथ में खुजली हो रही है तो मतलब क्या है कि कोई हो सकता है कि बेवजह में पिट जाए. ऐसी के टंग में खुजली होने का मतलब क्या है कि यू हैव समथिंग टू टेल टू द पीपल एंड देन यू आर फाइंडिंग द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू टेल. Now he has found the opportunity to tell what he has to tell. जो स्टोरी है इसके पास उसको बताने में बहुत ज़्यादा पैशनेट है, ईगर है, तो इसकी जैसे जुबान में खुजली होती है बताने के लिए, वैसे ही कुछ यहाँ पे फील कर रहा है. So my tongue doth itch, यानी itches, my thoughts in labor be. My thoughts मतलब his emotions and his thoughts and feelings, they are struggling to come out. Labor be मतलब they are working hard to come out. ऐसा लग रहा है कि उसकी इमोशंस का एक केओटिक फॉर्म में है जो कि बाहर आने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा आतुर, बहुत ज़्यादा ईगर है. तो उसी तरह का कुछ यहाँ पे एक्सप्रेशन चल रहा है. जो एक रिडल है उसकी लाइफ की, जो एक पजल है उसकी लाइफ की, जो एक इनएक्सप्लिकेबल क्वेश्चन है उसकी लाइफ का, वो उसके मन से अंदर से बाहर आने की कोशिश कर रहा है, जो कि वो बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है. लिसन देन, लॉर्डिंग्स रिफर्स टू लॉर्ड्स. Oh Lord, he was a courtier himself. He was very dear to the queen also. Perhaps he was telling his story to the lords, to the courtiers, the other courtiers. शायद वो other courtiers जो थे कोर्ट के, क्वीन एलिजाबेथ की कोर्ट के, उनको शायद बता रहा है, या फिर कॉमन रीडर्स को भी लॉर्ड समझ करके वो कह रहा है. So the lordings means common people, common lords. With good ear to me, good ear to me means pay close attention to my words. Attention to my story. Pay close attention to my story. Listen to me very carefully, because the thing I am going to tell is not an insignificant one. It is very important one. You should listen to it very carefully. For my life, I must tell a riddle. So of my life means of my life. Of my life means an incident, a riddle about my life. I am going to tell you a riddle about my life. A riddle refers to a puzzle, एक पहेली टाइप की. My life has become a पहेली. My life has become puzzle, an inexplicable question. उसका आंसर मैं ढूंढ ही नहीं पाया कि यार how come, why me? Was my love insignificant that she bereaved me? Whether I lacked in status, I was a lord also, I was a courtier also, he was made a courtier. फिर भी क्या कमी रह गई? तो I don't understand why this love could not be materialized. Why this other person came from the blue and then he took away my star. ऐसा पता नहीं क्या हुआ. Anyway, his life is an open question he does not understand. In the second stanza he tells the story, और story particularly about his beloved. जो beloved थी उसके बारे में क्या story है. Toward Aurora's court, a nymph doth swell. Nymph refers to a lady, a fair lady. And who was that fair lady? Penelope. The pronunciation is Penelope rather than Penelope or something. Penelope Devereux. This lady remained or resided towards the Auroras. If you follow the Roman mythology, so Aurora is the goddess of dawn. Goddess of dawn. अगर यहाँ पे आप बात करते हैं, here it is in geographical reference. Aurora refers to the dawn. Dawn or the dawn was a city also. City in Essex. In the Essex region, there was a city, the dawn, where this lady lived. So he is going to tell a story. He is telling a story about that lady who lived in the particular city, Dawn, Aurora's court, towards the court. So doth dwell मतलब dwells. Dwells मतलब lives. Rich in all beauties which man's eyes can see. Now he is expressing the beauty of his beloved. Rich in all the beauties. All the beauties मतलब क्या है? Whatever beautiful, whatever imagination of beauty you can have, she was beyond that even. More beautiful than your imagination of the beauty herself. If you imagine the goddess of beauty, or if we imagine extreme beauty, so she was beyond that even. Rich in all beauties which man's eyes. Eye means imagination. Imagination और विजन, या जो आप देख सकते हो, या फिर if whatever beautiful, however beautiful you have seen so far, she was more beautiful than that. Or the imagination, the extent of imagination that you have of beauty. She was more beautiful than that. What we can say? So she rich in all the beauties which man's eyes can see. Beauty is so far from reach of words. Reach of words मतलब inexplicable, which cannot be expressed in words. Or if we try to express them in words, we would demean the value of the beauty that she had. She was such beautiful, so beautiful that expressing her beauty in words would be an insult to the beauty herself. उसके बारे में अगर कुछ उसकी ब्यूटी का बखान करो तो उसकी ब्यूटी की इंसल्ट है, समझ लीजिए. मतलब ब्यूटी कैन नॉट एवर बी डिस्क्राइब्ड इन वर्ड्स. दिस वॉज बियॉन्ड expression, beyond words. No word could express that beauty. No simile, no metaphor, no figures of speech could befit, could define that beauty. So beauty is so far from the reach of words. Inexplicable, beyond words. Beyond words, beyond any expression. That be abase. Abase मतलब reduce or demean. Demean, devalue. If we try to express the beauty of that lady, we devalue that beauty. Abase her praise. So her praise is a kind of thing that is to be felt only, not to be explained, not to be expressed. वो praise ऐसी है कि आप सिर्फ सोच सकते हो, फील कर सकते हो. यू कैन नॉट एक्सप्रेस, बिकॉज द मोमेंट यू ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन और एक्सप्रेस दैट ब्यूटी, यू डिमीन इट, यू डी वैल्यू इट. ये उसी तरह से बात है जैसे सूरज को दिया दिखाना. यू कैन नॉट शो अ लैम्प टू द सोर्स ऑफ लाइट itself, himself. So she was the incarnation of beauty, and then to tell any words in the praise of her beauty would be the devaluing of the praise herself. Saying she doth excel. अगर आप ये कहते हो कि she excels in this or that, excels in this or that, she is superior to this or that. So all such kind of images, all such kind of similes, metaphors or other figures of speech would be inappropriate, would be incomplete, would be futile, because no simile, no metaphor can simply express or befittingly express the amount of beauty that she possessed. Now come the part of sestate. Rich in the treasures of deserved renown, means she excels in the rich. She is more beautiful than the riches, or she was rich. She was rich of the treasures of deserved renown, means well deserved fame. जितने भी फेमस लोगों की आप इमेजिनेशन कर सकते हो, she was supreme in that. She was superior to those all such kind of famous celebrities. मतलब she was in no way less than any celebrity herself. अगर उसकी बात की जाए खूबसूरती की, तो वो किसी सेलिब्रिटी से कम नहीं थी. तो किसी फेम होने में भी कम नहीं थी वो. शी इवन एक्सेल्ड इन दैट डिजर्व्ड रेनाउन. डिजर्व्ड रेनाउन मतलब दैट काइंड ऑफ फेम दैट appropriately given to someone who truly deserves that fame. If she is termed as the most beautiful woman on earth, so she deserved that fame. Rich in the riches of a royal heart. A royal heart can be in the monetary value, it can be in the affectionate existence. If we imagine any person who is very rich in heart. Rich in heart का मतलब क्या है कि जो बहुत ज़्यादा generosity, जो human values होती हैं, जो supreme values होती हैं. So she was rich in those values also. It was not simply the physical beauty. She was rich in the attributes also. जो physical beauty के साथ साथ जो attributes, human attributes होते हैं, she was also master in those attributes. The physical beauty and the richness of heart. She was the perfect combination of both the things. So royal heart. और attributes भी कैसे? जो royal generosity कैसी, जैसे कि royal person की होती है. रॉयल किंग्स एंड क्वींस की जो generosity होती है, she possessed that attribute of kings and queens, of royal people. Rich in those gifts which give the eternal crown. Even forget about wealthy or temporal things. Eternal crown मतलब जो एट्रीब्यूट्स स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ आपको ले जाते हैं, जो एट्रीब्यूट्स आप संत महात्माओं में इमेजिन करते हो. शी वॉज रिच इन दोज एट्रीब्यूट्स ऑल्सो. It was not simply about the physical beauty, it was not simply about the human values, it was about the eternal values also, the spiritual values also. She was rich in those things also. So she was an amalgamation of all such kind of attributes which a human being can ever imagine, whether it is spiritual value or moral values or generosity or chastity or all sorts of values, and the physical beauty. So she was the perfect example of all such attributes bundled into one being. Rich in those gifts means attributes, those qualities that give you an eternal existence, that transcendental existence जिस एट्रीब्यूट की वजह से आता है वो एट्रीब्यूट इसमें थे. जैसे आप कहते धर्मात्मा बन जाना, तो धर्मात्मा कब बनते हैं? व्हेन यू एक्सेल इन दोज, व्हेन यू ट्रांसेंड फ्रॉम अर्थली एग्जिस्टेंस, व्हेन यू ट्रांसेंड योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम अर्थली टेम्पोरलनेस. शी ट्रांसेंडेड हरसेल्फ इन सच क्वालिटीज ऑल्सो. सो इटर्नल क्राउन मतलब स्पिरिचुअलिटी. जो एक स्पिरिचुअल योर रिलीजियस प्रीचर को, जो सेंट, जिनको सेंट की उपाधि दी जाती है, उस तरह की क्वालिटीज़ थी उसमें. अब समझ लीजिए कि ही वॉज एंगेज्ड टू दैट काइंड ऑफ लेडी. अचानक से कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि कोई और आया और वो आई और इधर को गई, बाईपास. हु दो मोस्ट रिच इन दीज एंड एवरी पार्ट विच मेक द पेटेंट्स ऑफ ट्रू वर्ल्डली ब्लिस. पेटेंट्स ऑफ ट्रू वर्ल्डली ब्लिस. ऐसा लगता है कि ट्रू वर्ल्डली ब्लिस, टेम्पोरल ब्लिस का पेटेंट करा रखा. नो अदर पर्सन कुड हैव दोज एट्रीब्यूट्स विच शी हैड हरसेल्फ. जैसे कोई आप रिसर्च करते हो, कोई आप नई इन्वेंशन करते हो, उसका पेटेंट करा लेते हो. सो नो अदर पर्सन कैन हैव दैट पर्टिकुलर इन्वेंशन एक्सेप्ट यू. ऐसा लग रहा था कि जो क्वालिटी इसके पास थी वो यूनिक थी. No other person could have or imagine to have. वो वर्ल्डली ब्लिस मतलब परफेक्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी एंड टेम्पोरलनेस. आप अर्थली बीइंग होते हुए भी यू चेरिश द स्पिरिचुअल एग्जिस्टेंस. अर्थली बीइंग होते हुए भी यू चेरिश द ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्लेजर. जो ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्लेजर वर्ड्सवर्थ को हुआ, जो ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्लेजर कबीर को हुआ, जो तुलसीदास को हुआ, वो प्लेजर. और एक अर्थली प्लेजर जैसे कि शी हैड मनी, शी हैड रिचेज, शी हैड ब्यूटी, शी हैड फेम, शी हैड एवरीथिंग, राइट फ्रॉम पावर टू पेल्फ टू मनी टू रिचेज टू ब्यूटी, एवरीथिंग. She had everything. So though she was most richest in every part or every these attributes, in सारे attributes में, though she was richer, she was richest होने के बावजूद भी hath no misfortune but that rich she is. Here is the turning out of event. Everything, she had everything. She had no misfortune whatsoever in her life. She could never ever know what a misfortune is all about. Misfortune क्या होता है? She did not know. No misfortune was there in her life also. I can bet on it. लेकिन एक चीज जो rich, though she was rich, अब पूरी पोम में आपने देखा कि she was rich in that, she was rich in that, here in this line, here in this line, here she was rich, she was most rich means the richest. हर चीज में रिच है वो. अब उसका एग्जिस्टेंस भी रिच हो. मजे की बात क्या हुई? शी वॉज इंगेज्ड टू लॉर्ड रिच ऑफ इजेक्स. शी वॉज इंगेज्ड टू लॉर्ड रिच ऑफ इजेक्स ऑफ ईस्टर्न इंग्लैंड. That's why Eastern auroras, in the first line that we saw, auroras leaf. So Lord Rich, she was married to Lord Rich, and then Rich became her surname. सरनेम उसका क्या हो गया, पहले क्या था पेनेलोपी डेवरू, and now she has become Penelope rich. She is rich in everything, and then she is so rich that rich has become her destiny, rich has become her identity also. अब ये misfortune किसके लिए है? For the poet लग रहा है कि उसके लिए है, हालांकि misfortune क्या है कि वो लॉर्ड रिच के पास गए। तो बस एक misfortune उसके लाइफ में है या फिर पोएट के लाइफ में, समझ लीजिए। पोएट के लाइफ में क्या है कि the moment she has become Penelope rich from Penelope Devereux, his life has become a bundle of misfortune. उसके लाइफ अबाउट टर्न, भंवरे ने खिलाया फूल और फूल को ले गया राजकुमार। इन्होंने खिलाया फूल, Penelope Devereux, she was the most beautiful lady, and then the lady was taken by somebody else who was rich both in riches and his name. नाम में भी रिच और काम में भी रिच, और वो उसको उठा करके मतलब शी वॉज मैरिड टू दैट पर्सन। तो ये रिच यहाँ पर ये एक पन भी आप समझ सकते हो यहाँ पे, इन ऑल दीज रिचेज। ये रिचेज क्या है, जो जेनरिक मीनिंग है रिच का, जेनरिक मीनिंग मतलब वन हु इज एफ्लुएंट, जो धनी होना। और यहाँ पर रिच क्या है, दिस आर इज कैपिटल, इट मीन्स इट इज टाइटल, दिस इज अ सरनेम। Now she has become rich herself. Now she has become Penelope rich. अब उसका नाम क्या हो गया, Penelope rich. So this is the question. This is the inexplicable question that he does not understand. He wants to tell to the readers कि भाई ये एक हादसा हुआ मेरी लाइफ में, एक ऐसा हादसा जिसको कि समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ कि वो क्यों हुआ. Why it happened to me? Why me only? In what way my love was inferior? In what way my love was insignificant? In what way I was less worthy? In what way I proved to be less appropriate, less suitable? He is not able to understand. कहीं कोई कमी तो थी नहीं, लेकिन फिर भी क्या पता क्या कमी रह गई। ये उसी तरीके से समझ लीजिए जैसे गांव मोहल्ले के प्यार जो होते हैं वो अक्सर डॉक्टर्स इंजीनियर्स आकर के ले जाते हैं। द सैड स्टोरी, दिस इज द रिडल दैट ही वांट्स टू एक्सप्रेस थ्रू दिस सॉन्ग। सो दैट इज ऑल। इफ यू वांट टू आस्क एनीथिंग और इफ यू वांट टू कमेंट ऑन the explanation, or if you have some query, you can always ask in the comment box below. So till then, stay tuned. We'll come back with yet another explanation of any other poem that are prescribed in UG and PG syllabi. And if you are watching this video for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you receive these explanations at the earliest. Like, share, comment. Thank you so much. Keep learning, stay motivated.